How are you? My name is William Keck. I'm a senior editor and columnist at TV Guide magazine, and today is the day we've been waiting for. You're going to get to go today to Mystic Falls. You're going to get to go to Falls Out. But first, you're coming on a ride with me to Storybrooke. I have a confession to make. I've been a Disney fan since I was a little kid. And it was really cool to be a Disney fan when I was a little kid. But as I got into my teens and 20s and 30s and 40s, a little bit less so. But until this year, this is the year that Disney and fairy tales became really cool again. So, I mean, let's hear it for Once Upon a Time. This is not only ABC's highest-rated new drama series, it's TV's highest-rated new drama series. And it's thanks to all of you for making it that, so we thank you, first of all. We're going to give you a sneak right away of the new season. One of the cool things about Once Upon a Time is it opens always with these title cards, which give a little sneak. We're going to show you every title card from last season. And if you keep your eyes open, you might see a few new ones from the new season, which will give you an idea of who might be coming to Storybrooke. So let's have a look. Life is just a bug. Well, let's bring out the guys who invented this incredible world. They first worked on Lost for all these years. And they've topped themselves now with Once Upon a Time. The creators and executive producers of Once Upon a Time, Eddie Kitchens and Adam Horowitz. Well, guys, this is it. Look how many fans we have out there. A little different from last year when they didn't know about the show yet.
Yeah. So you like it?
You've already been quite generous with sneaks with what we just saw. I mean, have your special effects guys already started building this beanstalk to Giant Land?
Well, the good news is we shoot in Canada and there actually are beanstalks. So.
No,
Magic is real.
And we saw Mulan, we saw Aurora.
Yeah.
What can you say just vaguely about what we're going to see and when we're going to see these stories?
I think you put it as vaguely as we can.
I know you guys.
No, what we can say is that very early in the season, you're going to start to see some of these people join our group.
Is it a safe bet that we'll see some peripheral characters like, I don't know, with Mulan Mushu or the Grandma or some of the other people that played a part in those Disney stories?
Well, I think like a lot of times on the show, you are going to meet these people through our characters. Because even though we're adding new ones, of course, we want to make sure that you get to learn more about the ones you've already fallen in love with.
Now, it's totally cool that we're finally getting to meet Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. But what a bummer that you killed off Kristen Bauer as Maleficent. So now they...
Did I see her body?
I didn't see her body.
Yeah. I just saw an egg full of magic and some dust, but there's magic in Storybrooke now.
Interesting. Yeah, well, that's the number one question that everyone's getting, that we're getting at TV Guide, is what does it mean that magic is coming to Storybrooke? Tell us the whole concept right now.
Well, I think before that, we actually have to, unfortunately, these faceless water bottles don't buy themselves, and yeah, we have to do this.
All right, guys, we apologize, but we had to get a sponsor to pay for the water.
So, like, when you watch something, if you would just watch this commercial,
please just bear with us, it's quick,
and then we can get going.
Fair enough. All right. Cut the lights. Everyone we saw in there has dual identities. One person that we saw, you've not yet revealed who the identity is. Can you tell us if one of those people is actually going to be revealed as someone else this season?
Yes, we will be revealing
Dr. Whale. We're excited, but we're not going to tell you.
Who do you think? Monstro. Maybe, I don't know. All right, let's meet him. Let's bring him out. She plays the lovely and innocent Miss Emma Swan, Jennifer Morrison. sing with birds and cavort with little men. Jennifer Goodwin, who plays... and the dreaded, dark, sinister, evil queen, Lana Parrilla. This next woman we're going to get to see more of. She has a little streak of red in her every week. Little red, Megan Ori. And I have a feeling there's several sets of superfans out there for this next series regular. We loved her as Claire, and we're going to love her even more as Belle. Emily Brown. All right, guys, this is the best looking cast on television, I think, first of all. You know, a lot of shows attempt musical episodes, some better than others. We had a great Buffy one. I love the Grace one. And this show, I think, lends itself to a musical episode more than any other. What about doing that? Who on the panel, who on the cast sings?
I do.
Dallas.
Yeah, we can do a musical episode.
It's really
Boys?
nice. Keep asking.
I think we'd like to do a musical, but on ice.
So, big question we've been getting out there in the Once Upon a Time universe is, I think we all believe once the curse was broken that everybody would just simply go back to Fairy Tale Land. Yet they didn't. What's up with that?
That's an excellent question, Will.
And you know what? I would be asking that too, and I wonder if we will find that out. I guess we'd have to watch season 2.
Yeah, I really hope we discuss that.
But by the way, you know, everyone says go back to, but we don't know if there's anything to go back
I mean,
to.
the last thing we saw was a curse rip through a castle, wrecking destruction. Who knows if there's anything there?
Well, guys, you start filming actually on Monday, right?
Yes,
So I know that you're under orders to keep things quiet, but you got the scripts when?
A couple days, he says we got scripts. Last week. Yeah.
And what went through your mind as you were reading them? Were you, this is what I thought it would be, or whoa, or did you call each other?
All of the above?
Yes, all of the above.
I mean, I never could have conceived of the brilliance that is the first couple of scripts. But I will say that as an audience member, it's exactly what I would want to see. It's
Well,
more than you could ever hope for.
You know, I have a question about the names. In the very last episode, Snow and Charming called each other by their fairy tale names. Are we not going to hear the names Regina and David? Or is they going to all call each other?
Well, you know, one of the things that we do explore is what does it mean that they spent all these cursed years as these characters? We're not completely deleting that part of their lives. So the Davids and the Mary Margarets and the Reginas are all a part of who they are now. And that's something we explore.
There's a lot of sorting out to do.
Well, Jennifer, one of the big questions that people ask is if we're going to meet Emma's foster parents, the people who raised her, if that's even significant.
Oh, well, I mean, I find it significant. I don't know. I mean, we don't know from the first 2 scripts if that's going to happen, and I guess that depends on what they decide in terms of the structure of the show and if we're going to see Emma's past the way we've seen other characters' past in Fairy Tale Land or not. But I think that would, you know, it's obviously really affected who she is as a person.
Yeah, you know.
I'm much more interested in who Henry's father is.
Yeah. So, give us, I've actually spiked the one with vodka, so give us some hints. Break up and give us some hints on when we might, who it could be, where he might be.
It might be Sneezy.
As for when,
It's definitely not
season 2.
Season 2, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
so it will
we
be
are-
real.
We can definitively say that in season 2 you will find out the identity of Henry's father.
Awesome. Jennifer, do you have a guess, an inkling? Just what would you, if you had a guess?
I know.
Do? I know.
Give it up, girlfriend.
His name's Jeff. He lives in a suburb outside Chicago. Not a big deal. It's a
Wow.
one-time thing.
So how do you think we'll respond when we find out?
I think that I think people will be very excited to see that storyline play out for sure once they find out.
When did you find out, actually?
We kind of discussed it really early on. I mean, in the pilot process, the sort of conception of who he would be, because that, you know, obviously Emma knows who it is, I hope. You know, so that obviously impacts her decision making and her relationship with Henry and her relationship with everyone in Storybrooke and anyone she comes in contact with in a sense. So it was something that I kind of needed to know for my own research and backstory in order to start playing Emma.
So I'll ask this, and I'm not going to say a name, but is it somebody perhaps we've met before?
We can't tell.
Oh!
Drink up. But it's either someone you've met or haven't.
When Emma was fighting the dragon in the finale, we saw the shattered remnants of Snow White's casket, the glass casket. So from that, I guess we're to assume that that's the remnants of Storybrooke down there. Is that correct? Is that what we're supposed to take from that?
Well, I think...
I'm not Fairy Tale Land, not Storybrooke.
I think obviously we saw last year there was some bleed through as if the two worlds were touching.
And that is something that we are going to explore, why certain things came over and for what reasons.
Okay. Are you still going to tell two different tales?
Yeah, you know what? The show this year is not going to change from the one you loved last year. We are just going to move forward with deeper stories and get more into the characters, but we are still going to go back and forth, and we're going to meet some new people along the way.
Well, a lot of you became action stars this year. I don't know if you signed up for that, the bruises and scars that were to come. And Lana and Jennifer, in your climactic finale scene, I heard that it got a little rough. How much of that was stunt doubles, and tell us about
Oh, there weren't any stunt doubles. We did it.
Yeah.
We kicked each other's asses.
We successfully hurt ourselves, I think.
We did. I could throw myself into that. Don't worry about it. Cut to a huge bruise on the back of my arm, and Jen had a few of her own.
Yeah, everyone was so worried that we'd actually hurt each other. We're like, no, we hurt ourselves. Because she would throw herself forward, and then I would throw myself back, and then we had all these crazy bruises.
But we're very careful not to hurt each other.
Yeah, didn't hurt each other, just hurt ourselves.
They had bruises all over, and Adam and I saw it, and we ran on the set, and we said, "Who did this to you?"
It was each other.
It was kind of fun, actually, to show my bruises off, I have to admit. I felt like a real badass.
Who else got some bruises and scrapes this season?
I've had a few, for sure.
Josh is lucky to have a hand. Ginny's lucky to have an eye.
I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Right before remember in episode 3, the net scene where Charming turns strings up Snow White? I am conveniently covering my eye for that entire scene with one of the pieces of rope because I had just come back from the emergency room and gotten a number of stitches. I was very proud.
Came back to work the same day.
Wow, that's Snow White trooper.
We're in the scene, we're all like, we all got hurt.
And
We're gonna get hurt this
It is a
season.
safety cap. We do try.
Jenny, did I hear that you, when you were horseback riding, there was also something with that, or?
No, that was the day that I ended up in stitches. But
Oh.
all I was saying, it involved my flying and someone else on a horse.
Oh, okay. Without saying what it is there something that any of you have to do in the first episode that you're a little worried about?
Act.
You got that?
Melding these two characters together. Yeah, that's gonna be easy, I think.
Well, I know we're not supposed to play favorites, but I really do love to hate one of you. And I was hoping... Eddie and Adam, Lana, if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to pass this down. If you would just say this line that we've heard you say on the show, just take a moment and find your inner queen.
I will destroy you. If it is the last thing I do.
Lana, since you did that for us, I feel it's only fair for us to do something for you. Tomorrow happens to be your birthday. You guys may not be able to sing, but I bet we can, right? Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mama. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Wow, thank you.
Lana, tell us who are these evil regals?
Where are my evil regals out there? Stand up, evil regals! Show yourselves! That's it? Alright, even if you're not an evil regal, stand up! Pretend to be one! Okay! We are converting some of you. Crossing over to the dark side as of today. Welcome. Yes, so my evil regals are out there somewhere.
Tell us, how did you find out about them and what did they do? How did they communicate with you?
Via Twitter.
Okay.
It's really a community to rip hearts out and actually think.
They're my gang, my posse. Thank you.
Are they
I
your
love them.
minions?
I love
Do
them.
you give them-
I communicate with them quite often on Twitter. And they've done so many incredible things. A lot of them have become good friends. They travel to see each other. Yeah, they have a health challenge. It was our hiatus, and they decided to get healthy. So they came up with this thing called the Evil Regal Get Healthy Challenge. And some people have lost, many of them have lost weight. And I decided I should jump on board. So I quit smoking, and that was 6 months ago. Smoker was in denial of it for so long, and then I saw my evil regals getting healthy. I thought I better do the same thing.
You quit smoking only to have your producers fill your lungs with purple smoke
Exactly.
in the very last scenes. If you want to, whoever wants to say their Twitter handle so you can get some new followers today, if anyone wants to say that, feel free. If you want to share that.
On there, I think. Yeah. And all the fans even, as there are the Evil Regals, all of the fans requested names.
Yes, that's how it started.
And so we had our fans vote on what they wanted their names to be, and I literally went through every single response and made a tally. So like she did. So like my @JennyGoodwin followers are now called the Fairest. Yours.
Charmers.
The Charmers. That's @Josh Dallas.
Oh my God, I love you too.
Well, Josh and Jenny, we actually talked. You had a moment where you were filming that climactic scene, and you had an audience, actually.
Yes.
Tell us about your fears and concerns in filming that scene when you were being observed.
I don't know if I had any fears or concerns about it, but it was certainly different, doing a scene with a barricade of 40, 50 people sitting there watching you. Normally it's just the crew and the cameras.
When we were what I was nervous about was that the end beat of our recognizing each other would be leaked, and I thought that would be a shame because I would think it would be more satisfying as an audience member to not know that the curse would be broken at the end of the finale. And so I wanted, because we were yelling Snow and Charming, and I bet we had I bet we had 100, 150 people, because we had people barricaded in all the different corners. And I was like, what words look like Snow and Charming that we can yell, and then we can, loop it later, we can ADR it later with the proper names. And we were coming up with.
I think they were just noisy.
Joe Farming. Yeah, Joe Farming. Things like that. I just needed to be there. I could have solved the problem.
Well, Megan, down there, when I first say what big eyes you have today.
Big eyes. Oh, thank you.
What lovely eyes. Now that magic is coming to Storybrooke, is it possible that you could turn into a wolf and start feasting on people in Storybrooke?
Well, is that not the biggest question?
would you most want to feast on first if you had the choice?
Oh. Yeah, who would be the tastiest? Someone handsome. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Dr. Whale, maybe.
Dr. Whale, okay.
He wasn't too nice to Ruby.
Maybe I guess next week you're getting the red streak, or how does that work exactly?
The red streaks? Those are actually clip-ins.
Oh.
If anybody wants to, don the red streak, you can go out and buy some.
Is anybody there? Are they copying the red streak look? Is anyone? Not yet?
To market this could be called like Reds. I know. It's very red today. Red and black.
Ruby's Reds.
Ruby's Reds.
Ruby's Reds.
There you go. I like it.
Well, Emily, one person who really wanted to be here today, who couldn't be here, is Robert Carlyle. We love him. How do you keep a straight face when he's doing his
There's many takes. No, I mean, yeah, okay. No, he's wonderful. He's probably my most enjoyable co-star to work with in any job I've had, really. He's, I don't know, just very charismatic and, yes, all through the makeup and the craziness, though, he's just this incredible guy and, does a wonderful job.
Well, I thought the episode that introduced you was my favorite episode of the year. I thought it was just absolutely beautiful, the way that was told. When they gave you the look, the yellow dress, did you feel like you had been painted into a Disney movie?
Yeah, God, the wardrobe department is insane on this. I walked in and I think they made basically a wedding dress in 3 days, constantly through this season. I mean, they're wonderful, and it was a kind of a really cool moment actually, and the blue one too, because that's really significant as well.
Well, I was worried because I so fell in love with you as Belle, and you had shot a pilot, and as much as I wanted that to go, I really wanted you to stay in Storybrooke. Was there a contingency plan, guys? I mean, how are you going to steal Belle away so you can continue telling these stories?
Dark magic.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have to resort to that, but we're very, very happy to have Emily aboard.
Yeah.
It all worked out. Emily, if you could play with any of your lost co-stars in Storybrooke, who would you pull along?
Oh, God, that's a hard question. Really.
Wouldn't it be the Aaron the baby?
No, the baby's been through enough.
The squirrel baby?
Poor child.
Russo can run out of a house and steal him?
No, I think it would be fun to play with Terry. Even
Yeah.
though I know he's busy on 666 Park.
Yeah.
That follows
Amazing.
But maybe that kind of intertwines with Storybrooke somehow.
Well, we need to get to some questions from you guys, but quickly I want to do a speed round of possible characters we could see come play with you guys. So, just about 4 or 5 names here. Little Mermaid.
I'd like to see it.
Love that.
Someday, okay, all right. Cruella de Vil.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah?
That's a good idea.
Okay. Winnie the Pooh. Huh? Oh, yeah. And then lastly, what about Goofy?
I think Goofy is probably going to be Henry's father, so...
Gotta give Emma more credit here. I mean, seriously.
Emma did say she had a past.
We didn't raise her.
Don't tell the female Goofy.
Like she's got some taste.
Oh, what, you don't like Goofy now? Where's a vest? Where's a vest?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Very sweet and gentle.
Andy makes mixtapes.
I don't like where this is going. Move on.
So we're going to jump to you guys. We do ask these no Goofy and Emma questions, though. Go ahead, who's first?
Wow.
Wow.
Hi.
I love your show. I've been getting everybody to watch it, whether they have to go on Hulu or wherever they have to go. Watch it. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you. My question is, what about Bay? Will he be coming on? And I'm thinking he might be Emma's baby daddy.
I will say that, you know, what happened to Bay is definitely one of the dangling threads from last season, and I would be awfully disappointed if I had to wait another season to find out.
Thank you. I was wondering, are you guys more like your fairy tale characters or your storybook characters, and how?
You mean in real life?
Yeah.
I turn into a wolf when it's midnight. Watch out.
I think it depends on the day.
I sometimes wish I were more like my character.
I wish I were more like Snow. I'm probably more like Mary Margaret, and I wish I was more like Snow.
Yeah, I think I need to be a little more like her.
Okay, Lana.
Charming.
Lana, have you ever had a child like run in fear when he saw you in a mall? Or...
Yeah, children do run from me. So do some adults. In fact, a lot of people run from me.
We're starting a support group for a lot of this here.
We'll have sign-ups afterwards.
Lots of hugs.
Thank you.
Thanks. I think the Joker has a question.
Nice costume.
Thank you. I wanted to say thank you for putting on a show that's both compelling and safe for me to watch with my children. I'm interested to know what was your favorite fairy tale growing up and why?
For me, it was Peter Pan because I never want to grow up.
For me, it was Snow White. The movie was the first movie I ever saw, and it terrified me.
The idea of her adventures and never knowing what's behind the next door.
Pinocchio for me because it was the first one that I saw, so it's the first one that kind of ingrained itself in my mind.
My honest and very boring answer is Snow White, and I think it's probably because I was a child and she was the brunette princess, and that was what I could relate to.
Mine was Hansel and Gretel, because I couldn't eat candy, and I was very jealous that they were able to.
Please sign up for this support group.
It is.
Love it for that one. Now you know how I play Regina so well.
Amazing. Mine was probably The Little Mermaid and Peter Pan tie. I think because I either wanted to be under the water or flying in the sky. One of the two.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Now, mine's really not interesting at all because I didn't really watch this stuff when I was a kid. I was into like more Hitchcock and strange documentaries about murder.
Psycho is one of the better fairy tales. It's right up there.
I do remember wanting to be Pippi Longstocking for a few years.
Will Pippi Longstocking join us at any point?
I can't even remember who
I
she
liked
was.
her. She had a lot of freckles.
She had long stockings.
She has the, you know, the red.
She's
Yeah, I just don't remember what her deal was.
One sock was
What
long.
were her superpowers?
She doesn't.
She had superpowers?
No, she's just like cleaning floors.
If she has superpowers, could she fly? Does she have laser eyes? I'm only interested in Pippi Longstocking if she can shoot lasers out of her eyes. Pippi laser eye. Yes! Pippi laser eyes.
Yes.
Laser cats on the show.
I love it.
Also, she put like those brushes on her feet.
Yeah, so she was helpful. She was like super helpful.
Next question.
Since you've been basing most of your fairy tales off of Grimm, like fairy tales in Europe, were you thinking about ever going towards like other, like different cultures, like stories from different places?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We would love to be able to draw from stories all over the world. And, you know, I think sometimes it's just a matter of we only have so many episodes and it's just a matter of getting to them. But we definitely would love to do that. And we definitely try and bring a little bit of international storytelling to it.
And thanks to you guys, we've had the opportunity to tell more stories this year. We are excited to do that.
Do you have any plans to incorporate the story of something wicked just this way comes into the show? I think they make a great antagonist for Gina.
I'm not familiar with it, but as always, we are happy to steal something. It's a lot of work thinking this up.
That movie scared me to death too as a kid. I remember seeing that movie, but there are no plans for that, but it's a cool idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have Chucky as a sidekick? Putting a knife in his hand this season.
That thing scared the crap out of me. It was so scary. It terrified me.
Henry's father.
Next question.
It's okay.
Hi. My question is, what fairy tale or urban legend would you most like to adapt, and how would you change it and put your own little spin on it?
I think this show is kind of the fairy tale thing we're doing.
I think that, like, really the answer to that is kind of what the show is, and one of the things about the show that we love doing is not just adapting them, but kind of mashing them up together, trying to find new, unexpected ways to tell the stories and to tell you new things and to go beyond what we grew up with and what we've loved our whole lives.
Next.
We have time for one more.
Oh, this is going to be the one.
Okay, my question is for Emily. Congratulations on being a regular, and on behalf of Fan Form, the Roswell fans love you. My question is,
be more enthusiastic.
My question is, being that you're playing Belle, and it's such a beautiful love story between Beauty and the Beast, what does inner beauty mean to you?
Oh.
Great question.
Oh, that is a good question. And you know, inner beauty, I think, should be, and well, to me is, and hopefully to everyone, is just really what you put out there and what you give to people, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, and just, you know, your gift to the world, and you can control that, and that's pretty cool.
Well, that's a beautiful way to wrap things up. I think you guys want to
we just like to say that, you know, although we're up here, we do not do this alone. We have a very, very talented group of writers. In fact, that Single Broke commercial was written by Jane Espenson. And we'd like to have all the writers, if they're here, stand up, and let's give them a hand, because although we take all the credit, they help us. And Jane Espenson, and if we forgot anyone, hate us on Monday. Yes. And the other person,
and let's also have a clap hand for this one, guys.
Yes. And we would most of all like to thank you guys, because a year ago, people didn't know if we would last because we premiered against football in the World Series, and thanks to you, we are going to bring you more and more lunch.
There's one more thing.
One more little thing we can do.
Something we would like to show you about season 2 that we're very excited to play right now.
Something's coming.